Hi guys, nearly midday here on Wednesday, the 7th of October. We've got the Fed minutes tonight. Other than that, relatively quiet on the data front. I know you do have oil data out at 3:30 UK time, so that's something to keep an eye on. But really, the markets are just digesting last night's headline that Trump is pulling out the stimulus package. My opinion is that it was a bit of an overreaction, to be completely honest with you. I don't think the market was necessarily pricing in a stimulus package or deal, shall we say. So we have recovered most of that, and I think we continue to do so. Where is the obstacle that would offer resistance for that? 33.80, in my opinion. We've had a little go testing that this morning, along with the low of the evening of the 5th. That saw profit taking, in my opinion. That come back down to the pivot, and yeah, if we can get above there, yes, there's still a couple of hurdles as well, 33.90 and the 3400 handle, but I believe we're going to get a full retracement. Not necessarily to finish the day above here though, because the Fed minutes could well be perceived as less dovish than we might expect if the last few meetings and minutes are anything to go by. They've certainly been short-term tops for equity markets and for the lead for some dollar strength. So keep a watch on these areas for equities. On the flip side, if you think or not necessarily think, or if you believe price is going to go lower, or we have some negative headlines, I believe a short below 33.60 makes sense. It's now in between that 20-point range where I'd just be leaving it alone now, but I do like the long above. What we've seen in the pound this morning is continued downside, or that is trying to have a little break back above yesterday's low. So keep a watch on that, where we close the hour. 3 minutes to go until midday, which also would be the 4-hour closes as well. A close above could be quite bullish, and we see a little recovery. But this market is very headline driven. However, you can see this morning fantastically well respected technical level there. I know a couple of people did get short, and it completely makes sense. So keep an eye on those points and hour closes on the pound. The euro knocking on the door, another strong resistance level from yesterday morning's low acting as today's high, and you've also got a bit of a mini range down the bottom here, a couple of tests of that. I'd almost have it as a close above, and I'd probably now say you actually want the close above the 117.88, but close above there I think we can start to push on, whereas if we close below 117.66, that's when you're going to see an unwind. The reason I'm focusing on those levels so clearly is because it again is going to be about where we close the day on the euro. We had a good rejection yesterday, some people talking about now we're going to see a short-term top. That isn't my opinion, but I can only be right if we close above this sort of 117.76 level, which is where we're trading now. I do believe we continue to push on towards 119. Fed minutes, of course, could come out and fundamentally we do push lower, but yeah, my belief is we continue to push up, and also from a pound point of view, I like the long above 130, but at the moment that certainly isn't in play and only comes in, of course, on a close above there. So technically these markets are pretty well set for moves to the upside or the downside. The close of the days are going to be, of course, important, and with the Fed minutes later, they could offer the cue for the remainder of the week. Let's have a quick look over at gold, which yesterday you can see came lower. So here you'd kind of have to argue that it wasn't a safe haven yesterday, and it was more of a dollar strength play, which has been the case for gold in recent sessions. So last week we found a low, and we had some dollar weakness all week, which helped gold push higher. The moment we have some dollar strength, i.e. yesterday off those headlines, gold did come under pressure. So keep a watch on that. The low of the day is, look at this previous range that we had. It's just a retest of that, and I mean, look, you'd have to be quite brave, admittedly, to be taking that on late last night or early in the Asian session, but that is a very key level. Close below there, and I think gold really does start to rotate lower, but at the moment it's holding firm. The bulls will want to see price get above 1902, and that is quite a big range, and it's pretty much bang in the middle right now. Line in the sand in between that 1888.3 for me. Anyway, guys, hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all later on.